what do we have here? We got the CJRB Pyrite, and we got the Civivi titanium replacement pocket clip. Let's see if the two go together. I'll be fast forwarding, you know, when I'm doing screwings and unscrewings. So let's get this original one off, and we'll see if this Civivi fits on the CJRB. Boy, when I look at it, just looking at it, the screw holes look a little closer together on the Civivi clip, but we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully it works. Now this thing comes with its own set of screws, but if you could just use the original screws, that would probably be cool, right? But we'll see. We got 3 different lengths, I think. Yeah, we got 3 different lengths of screw. So one of these will work as long as the thread pattern in here is the same as these screws. So these screws, the original ones that were on the CJRB, might be a different thread pattern than this. They might be bigger or smaller, but we'll find out. And then another problem is, or possible problem, will the head of these screws go inside this pocket clip? And they do. And then also the other question is, do they stick out enough? Whoopsie, dropped it. Do they stick out enough on the bottom to use? It looks like that one's got about 3 threads sticking out through. So is that enough? Probably. But I really would probably like a little bit more sticking through. So I'm actually going to open a set of these and maybe try to use them, because I just don't want only 3 threads holding something like a pocket clip. Okay, let's see if the thread pattern is even the same. Okay, they're not they're not a T6. Is it a T8? Did they put T8 screws? Oh, they did. They put T8 screws on the pocket clip. That is interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. Do these threads fit in here? They do. Very cool. Okay. Now, the one I opened up, it looks like it has 2 different lengths of screw. I don't know why. The long one looks to be too long. That's what she never said. Let's see. What about this guy? Okay, I'm going to open up this one. It looks like this one has shorter ones. Well, that one's a little longer. This must be for specific knives, like some knife needs 1 longer screw, 1 shorter screw, something like that. I don't know. Let's see. I'd like to use these. Will they go in deep enough? That's the question. And without hitting the screw coming in from the other side, you know? Well, I think it might work. All right. So I got this guy that's the longer of the 2. Whoops. And then I got this guy that's a little shorter. We'll put him up here. All right, so let's try it. See if it works. Okay, putting the screws in the clip first. Okay, looking at them. All right, should work. Now let's see if they line up. Boy, it's pretty close. I think it might work. I'm going to get them both started so they don't fall out while I'm messing with them. Another thing you want to worry about is, because one of these screws is going into this standoff right here, that's threading into that. The other one's just threading right into the body, or to the frame. Now, it's going to stick out if it's too long on the other side, and then will the blade hit it? That's a question. So if it sticks out a tiny bit, no big deal probably. But if it sticks out enough for the blade to hit it, that's bad. It's barely sticking out. I could also grind it down a bit, which I might do. I might grind them both down a bit. Okay, here's what you want to do. You want to make sure both of them tighten down. So to do that, first you tighten one down, and you go, okay, yeah, that's tightening down. No problem. It's not bottoming out. Well, it can't bottom out because it's coming all the way through the frame. But this one, you want to make sure this one doesn't bottom out. Bottoming out means it's hitting the other screw from the other side, so it won't actually tighten up and hold the clip down. So you can just move the clip once it's tight to see if it's holding the clip down, and it does. It looks pretty good too. Now this one, I think I'm actually gonna, let's see. How close does the blade get to that? Not very close. I can't even push the blade over and make it hit that screw, even though the screw's sticking out a little bit. So we're gonna call it okay. Now, I think this clip is angled up a little bit too far. So there's one little trick that might work. So you just loosen both the screws just a bit. And you might as well just keep your driver in while you're doing this, if you want to do it. And that's not something you have to do. And then you pull the clip over where you want it to be more. I want it to be a little bit more that way. So I'm pulling it over this way a little bit, and then you tighten them up again. Be real careful when you're tightening these that your driver doesn't slip out. If it does, you'll scratch everything up. Okay, yeah, that's the way I want it to be, just like that. I think that just lines up with the body better, and this also lines up with these scratches that I put in the body better. So there's the answer to the question. Oh, okay, now here's another part. Is the pressure too hard pulling down because this was made to be on a different curve or different shape or whatever knife? Or is it going to be fine? I feel like it's going to be fine. And then the other question is it sticking up above the frame and not even hitting it to where it'll rattle around maybe or something? But this one isn't. It looks like it looks really good. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, that is really great. Okay, so the Civivi titanium pocket clip and its screws that came with it will work on the CJRB Pyrite, and it looks pretty darn good. Yeah, and you can anodize this because it's titanium, or not. I don't know if I'm going to. I think it looks really good the way it is. Have a nice day.